rate your competences.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I see you, I don't
Can
see
you do what you're supposed to do?
Everything is okay. It's okay.
And if you are angry, then you are the crazy one.
Give and take.
I don't exist.
For real.
Welcome to the second episode of For Real. My name is Andrea Voets, and here at Resonate Productions we make musical journalism by combining social journalism with lots of original music. This is a podcast on human dignity, recorded on the 2nd of March 2024 in the Balie in Amsterdam. We got together with 80 people to look into what it means to matter as a person. Our guests go through a 2-hour experience in which they listen to pre-recorded interviews about the intellectual undermining of women. Everything that happens is carried by music made by George Dumitriou on viola and guitar, Sarah Jeffrey on recorders and voice, and myself on harp. During For Real, there are 5 moments in which the audience is invited to come to the middle to be interviewed by one of the musicians. Every guest picks their own questions, and you are about to listen to those conversations exactly as they took place. By doing this, we are creating one big collection of human experience on respect and dignity, how we give that to each other and how we take it away. Let's go.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. I'll introduce myself. I'm Sarah. I was born in 1985 in Liverpool, in England. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Well, my name is Luana, and I was born in 1982 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Okay, great. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, is there one of these questions that you would like to dive into?
Do you resonate with something that has been said?
Tell me.
I've been writing notes because actually there is so much that has been resonating here. And I think that there are 2 sentences that I wrote down. And one is that it took me 40 years to understand that the world is gendered. And I think that is number 1. And number 2 was something that was kind of shocking to me. That was the part that they say that the composer, they say, it is your piece, but if I don't like it, I'll rape it. And I found that actually very violent. But it resonated so deeply because I felt that in the creative sector, it is happening all the time. That you need to edit what you're doing, that you need to change it into something else, to pass it here and there. So and it really resonated to me. What is true creation? What is how true creation, like uncensored and very pure, comes to the world, and especially from women, if we are being censored or our pieces are being raped all the time. So that was very painful to me.
But that's such a beautiful question. What then for us is true creation? What would that look like for you?
It feels that I'm creating truthfully when I'm very close to nature. Yeah, and it's almost as if I am sensing what is around, and then I try to put that into words, into sounds, and into movements. That's how it feels to me.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Sensing what's around and putting that into words, into music, into movement. Yeah. Well, what you've said resonates with me too.
That's good.
So thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you for this beautiful piece, you all.
maybe let's start with the name and the place. You want to share that?
I can share that. My name is Sanne, and I was born in 1980 in Apeldoorn, which is in the Netherlands.
Is there a question that you would like to answer?
I would like to share about the last time I did not feel I was being taken seriously, which was about this time yesterday. I'm a senior academic. I'm the head of a humanities department at a liberal arts college. I have a PhD in gender studies. Maaike Meijer was in my defense promotion committee, actually. And I was at a training for senior academics. We had a group assignment, where as a group we were asked to come up with an activity in which people can be enabled to work in interdisciplinary teams. And I mentioned that such an activity, I think, would have to include some way of trying to make sure that structural inequalities from society, from the institution we work at, are not reproduced within these interdisciplinary teams. We're in a group with 3 women, 3 men, and the next half hour, 3 men were explaining to me that we are not here to solve the world's problems, and anyway, when they are talking about hierarchies in this setting, of course, we're just talking about organizational hierarchies, which has nothing to do with gender. And they really hoped that they had explained it well to me, that now I finally understood what we were really talking about in this assignment. Thank you. I got it.
Wow, that's pretty strong. Thank you for sharing this.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to give your name?
Simon.
And where were you born and in which year?
In Surrey, in England.
Lovely. Simon, which questions would you like to work with?
Resonate with something that's been said. And actually it's the question that was asked earlier, is when do you pretend you're not okay when you're not?
Yeah.
Is that, and it's sort of related into this area.
When do you pretend everything is okay,
when
even though it's not?
Yeah.
When?
And I think it's also the responsibilities lie on your shoulders, because as a man and as a father, there are times I know when I walk into the house that I'm just going to be strong. And it doesn't matter what's happening in here. And if I let that out, that I'm not feeling great. Perhaps in the house or in meetings, this kind of thing, the response is actually almost like a blanking, like it just hasn't been seen. So, the invitation in public to be weak or not feeling great is not there. And it's not like it's denied, but it's not recognized either. Yeah.
What, if you want to describe that to me, like what happens in you when you walk into that house and you pretend and you have to be strong?
Well, there are some moments when it feels good, because I can do that.
Hmm.
Generally, I learn for these moments they're for myself, when I can be soft or just be me. I use that for my own solitude. So solitude becomes very important. No, but it's good to be able to offer strength and support to the people around me. Sometimes it would be nice. Yeah.
And you use the word invitation. Like often the invitation is not there to not be strong. Did I understand you correct?
Yeah.
Why is that important to have that invitation?
Because I think layers are beautiful, and I think, we understand what being judged is like, and relating to each other is beautiful, and that means being present to what is happening.
That's amazing.
In a relationship, with people, yeah.
Layers are beautiful. Thank you so much, Simon.
Is there anyone else who would like to answer a question? Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to share your name?
My name is Muriël. I was born in 1975 in Amsterdam.
Welcome. Is there a question that you wanted to relate to?
Yeah, maybe the first one. But also in the context of sitting here in this, all these stories, what was the responsibility? I don't know, I'm just asking myself what my responsibility is in terms of this theme in everything that I do. And how to share that responsibility, especially with men. Because I think it's easy, or no, it's not always easy to share with women as well. But maybe,
Why not? Why is it not easy?
Because also I think women often don't carry each other where they should. When it comes to pushing yourself forward or helping someone, or there's always like, I don't think we really carry each other often. So I'm always searching for the women that do or understand or see that needs to be there. And I think with men, I don't know, I mean, long way to go. I'm sorry, but most men,
And carrying each other, does it mean as in relating to each other and supporting each other? In what sense?
Yeah, but it's also really giving opportunities. I mean, really carry someone to their next point or open doors, or if you are in a position of power, I mean, when do you have power over others? I think we can open so much more doors when in power than we do. We leave doors closed many times. I think it's a pity.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Hi.
Hi,
Would you like to give your name?
I'm Melina. I was born in Cyprus in 1984.
84. Melina, which question would you like to work with?
When did you feel excluded? That question really resonated with me because I'm an actor and a storyteller, and it strikes me that throughout my 20s I felt entirely excluded from the stories that I would see around me, that I would see being cast, that I would see being put on stage. That the vast majority of roles for 20-year-old women were the love interest, were the ones that had to look attractive and act sexy. And I was never, ever relating to those roles. And so to expand on from that, to realize that if as actors you feel excluded because this is the only version of femininity of women that we see in our stories, expanding out from that, all of the 20-year-old women trying to find themselves on our stages, in our films, in our stories. And the only thing they get told that they can be is sexy. So, let's write ourselves more stories. Let's define ourselves in other ways. We need it.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Vera, and I was born in Amsterdam in 2002.
Welcome. So these are our questions that we're looking at now.
I wanted to answer the question, what parts of yourself do you feel like you have to hide? And I was listening to all those stories everyone here and everyone talking there, and a lot of those situations make me very angry, and I feel like I always have to hide being angry, because if I do get angry, I'm scared people won't take me seriously anymore. People think I'm hysterical, and I've had situations in my own life that was a situation where I felt like I wasn't taken seriously or something else, and it made me very angry. And then I couldn't express being angry.
And then what do you do?
And then actually I go to the gym a lot and that helps. And I remember telling someone, like, I went to the gym and I said, I'm so angry, I want to go to the gym, I want to run, and I ran a lot. And they were like, but why are you so angry? And I was like, I just have a lot of anger inside of me. And they asked, like, but why? Why would you? And this was a male asking me. I was like, I can't really explain. It was difficult for me to explain that. That's something I feel like I always have to hide, being angry.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Now you have a chance to come to the middle and to interview each other for a few minutes.
Hello.
Would you like to share your name?
Yes, I'm Rachel. I was born in London, UK.
Hi, Rachel. Which question would you like to speak to?
I'll speak to the resonating with something that's been said. And I'd like to respond to the need to keep bringing out the women from the past. And to do it from also, I think, an intimate family situation, because it's not just the broader society that seems to be silencing women, it's often the families. And this is particularly important to me because it was decades of walking past the drawing of my grandmother and knowing that I could never ask how she died. It was decades of doing that before I discovered that she had taken her own life when my father was just 6. And when I learned that, then suddenly I understood myself, because there was a missing part of myself, and it had always been there. And this suicide had been covered up by the family, and even my mother said she didn't know about it, and it was hotly denied when I tried to talk about it and tried to bring this woman into our family as somebody that was always a presence. And it also resonates because she was very beautiful. She was Irish. She came as an uneducated woman to London, and we still don't know why. There must have been a family problem or an economic problem. She came to London. She was taken up in a very high-class society, and she became a model. And then she had children, whether or not she wanted them. And then she took her life. And this story is important because it's going on all the time now. And it was suppressed at the family level, it's suppressed at the national level, it's suppressed internationally. It's also about international migration. So that resonated with me. Yeah, would you like to say something as well?
I was wondering what you think we can do to make sure that families do not silence or suppress the women's voice, the women themselves, and our ancestors and their stories. Do you think, we're talking about it and that's a step. Do you think there's any other steps that we can take?
Yeah, I guess it's about making the stories public and making the women's stories public in different ways. Talking is one way. Images, films, so the arts have a big role in recuperating histories, and that's something that we can do. Would you like to yourself comment on the 4 questions?
Myself? No, I'm happy to give the floor to the next people. Thank you.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Victoria.
Okay. And what was the question that you wanted to respond about?
I think I want to talk about the powerlessness, which I've been experiencing for many years now. I come from Bulgaria, from Eastern Europe. It's a bit different in here in many ways, of course. I have 2 fathers, and none of them is talking to me because I'm a woman, I'm emotional, and I'm wondering how to change that. I mean, how to communicate our emotionality in a way that it's not too much. Is it a generational thing? Is it? It really makes me feel powerless in so many things in my life because, you know, family upbringing is something so important. And a reflection on the topic of machismo that kept coming up, it's something that I keep encountering, particularly in my country. And also here, it's men who unfortunately cannot understand certain emotions, and they disregard them. And I don't know how to break through on such a fundamental level that, yeah.
Can I ask you your date of birth or your birth year?
1991.
1991. Because I'm curious about the generational thing. You said, is it generational? Can you think about that? If it is, or?
I think partly, particular for countries that have been colonized, certain emotions are untouched. People do not develop the emotional intelligence, and my parents are 2 generations above me, and they've, like, particularly my father's, one of which I've grew up with, never really had a father himself who was maybe emotional, and my grandmother is so closed up when it comes to that. So there was no communication, and I feel really I cannot break through to the generation of my parents, definitely. I think when it comes to, that's why I mentioned fathers from the very beginning, yes. So there is a lack of emotionality then.
So I don't know if it's something, because you said I've tried to break through, it doesn't work until this point maybe. But in general, what would you say, or what would you want to scream to them or whisper, or?
Well, that I don't judge them, really. It's okay. It's okay that you don't understand me. I don't want you to understand me. I would just want the chance to be heard, to have this half of everything that belongs to you and belongs to me as well, I think.
So are you getting there?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
But maybe that's just a calling to all the dads out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to share something?
I don't know. I was resonating with the question, what would you like to say to your mother? Because I remember after giving birth, I wrote her like 10 letters, like angry letters about her feminism and about her being strong. I was like, shit, I just gave birth. And this is the only thing that I understand how to do well. And how do I deal with this whole idea of fighting and being strong? And I was like, shit. But now I think, yeah, what would I say? Well, thank you for carrying me, probably.
It's very nice.
We're recording for the final time. Oh, welcome. You're welcome to share a sentence on what do you deserve.
I deserve
to be able to lay down the fight and just live the life I want to live, and not to have to consider and rethink my thoughts, my movements, my body language, just to be.
I deserve to have a company that is as successful as any white man company, but on my way.
I didn't know if I could speak. What do the you in this project is you. And I thought it was very moving. And okay, I'll start again. I'm 62 years old. When I was 7, I thought I was going to be Tarzan. You know, I looked at Tarzan and Jane, and I thought, but I want to be Tarzan. Okay, I'm gonna be Tarzan. So I've been Tarzan all my life, try to be. I've been teaching you. And all the time I was assimilating, not integrating. I looked at projects, you know, language, which is my subject. Tried. I've got a daughter. I think, how is she gonna be a computer analyst in the field where she works? And she's beautiful, and she's starting her career. And I think, oh God, how can I prepare her? So, I'm 62. For 55 years, this Tarzan is thinking, how are we going to change this? So it moves me, but I'm saying thank you to you. You know, I'm going to the 70 years of women being forgotten, and all the stories we've heard are so recognizable. Nearly everything. I've been looking around, I've seen people nodding, smiling, thinking, yes, it's true. And honestly, I don't know, but you deserve all the attention with this project, because it's and you, I didn't know, I just knew your name, and I read about it, but it's important to make people feel, I think, what it's doing. There is no micro sexism, you know, and macro, what is it? You know, it's half-half. It's just, you know, Tarzan and Jane, I don't know. You know, but not one more and one less. Yeah, thank you.
This was For Real from the Balie in Amsterdam. We are Resonate Productions, and you can find us on Instagram at resonate.productions or on facebook.com/musicaljournalism. Thank you for being with us, and see you next time.